One of the biggest things that I hear from people who are trying to support somebody who they love who's grieving is, I don't know what to say. I think the first thing that is helpful is to understand that our job as a supporter is not to cheer the person up. The person actually needs to feel sad. That's exactly how they're supposed to be feeling. But then there's a whole lot of stuff on top of the sadness that causes suffering, right? And that stuff may be, oh, I'm stressed because I need to drive my kids to school, or I'm stressed because I'm struggling with money. So the job of a supporter would be to maybe help relieve some of the other stressors so that the person can feel less stressed in their sadness, and then just to be with that person.
I had certain friends who would call me every day. If I didn't answer, that was fine. If I did, and I just could cry on the phone with them, that was fine. The act of them kind of taking control of the situation and saying, this is what I'm gonna do. You can tell me to stop if you want, but I'm gonna do this. I think particularly with close friends, that's something, a stranger maybe that wouldn't work out so well, but someone dropping by food or writing a note, or even just holding someone's hand and saying, like, we're here and we are so sorry for your loss. Like, those are actually meaningful things. The things that get difficult are the whatever you need, what do you need, questions that person can clearly not answer.
When my son died, people said, well, at least you have another son. You know what? I know that I have another son, and I know that I love my other son. But that doesn't take away the extreme agony of losing Ben. The person knows all those at least, and they know all those silver linings, they do, but they actually need to be experiencing this.
For me, the people who reached out to me, who had been in my life, who weren't friends and family, but who had been through a loss in their life, for them connecting in that way, that was really meaningful. And so I try to sort of do that too. If I have someone in my proximity who I know just lost someone, like reaching out saying, hey, I've gone through a similar thing. If you want to connect with anyone who's been through that, like, I'm here, I understand it. And even as simple as just saying, like, I've been through that, I think does make a difference.
There are different ways to show our support and our kindness. And one of the ways we support each other is by connecting. And one of the ways we support each other is by respecting somebody's need for space. And so one of the tempting things is just to say, oh, they need their space. You could argue that that may be true, but two, we're secretly sort of terrified about what to say. And so, giving them their space sort of lets us off the hook. I always say, what if everybody had given me my space during that time? I wouldn't have survived Ben's death. I wouldn't have. We need each other. We need to connect. But thinking about how to connect is a smart thing to do. A good saying is avoid avoidance. So just avoiding is tempting, but I encourage people to challenge themselves to try to do something. Those little check-ins are the kind of support that cumulatively and additively from a lot of people help sort of create that web that holds somebody up during that time.
Making some connection, especially if you do know that person who's going through something, is meaningful, even if you never hear anything from them.